Tip, y'all. Black Pal. Your brother Shaka saying Kofa here again today. We had a pre-celebration of my sister's ascension today, and it was all, and it was a beautiful thing. The family putting aside their differences for a change and coming together for the common cause, which to celebrate my sister's life and her experiences. And we don't need to focus on the tragedies. That's unnecessary at this point because we're sending energy to her to help her in her travels, through the ancestral realm. So it was a wonderful thing, to be able to come together. And as always, everybody's not gonna be on the same page. Everybody's not gonna see eye to eye. As in all black families, there's always some hidden issues and some uncomfortable feelings that we have for one another in the family. However, I did my best, and functioned on a high frequency to celebrate her life. You know what I'm saying? So it was all good for me, and the elders of the family, and that's what I enjoy about it, how like my mother and my elderly members of our family are able to understand, have a better and clearer understanding, of ascension. By them being on Earth longer than us, they've seen quite a few brothers and sisters, ascend into that ancestral realm, into an orgasmic state, and so, and that's what, it was a joyful period, and so I appreciate that, I appreciate my family for, putting that celebration together, but at the same time, work has to be done. And what you do in all passings, it makes you either a better person if you understand, ascensions that, we all have this day. No one escapes this. It's just one line that we all are in right now as we speak. We just don't know what place of the line that we in. So while you're in line, the whole purpose is just get out here and function on the highest God frequency that you can function on. And keep things real simple, and but I'm gonna get down to some issues, as always, giving honor to the Creator and the ancestors, for making their sacrifices to make this existence possible for me today. And what I want to talk about is, you had 3,000 brothers that's been shot. They were shot in Chicago in 2015. 3,000. And it's a sad situation to see us go away from here every night like this, up in Chicago. And that's one of my goals, to get to Chicago, and try to talk to these brothers, and brothers and sisters, and try to get them to come to a common and mutual truce and agreement in terms of them being overwhelmed and consumed by self-hatred, which enables them with ease to take the life of someone that looks like them. So may the Creator and the ancestors, and the warriors and gods that are here, make a covenant around those brothers and sisters in Chicago, where this violence is erupting at an all-time high, at an epidemic level. which I think that, you know, as always, this devil's behind all this shit, you know. So, you know, and just a lot of coon shit, you know, that's been said, like Dr. Ben Carson. He made a statement on national TV saying that the transatlantic slave trade were immigrants. Were immigrants. Slavery was about immigration. That our ancestors were immigrants and came over here and worked involuntary servitude as immigrants. Some voluntary. You know, and to be honest, you know, this nigga needs to be beheaded for saying some shit like that. You know, he can't get any more coonish than he already is. You know, the only thing he's good at is taking a scalpel, you know, and operating on these two-headed crackers. You know, and these deformed albinoid mutant devils. That's the only thing he's good at. Because he prays like hell that he turns into one. And it's not going to happen. Your ass, you are a black man, man. You know, start acting like it, man. Because you are worthless to the black community, man. And worthless people need to be eliminated. Because you become either a hindrance or you become a tool of the enemy in terms of our liberation. So you need to be, you know, you need to be eliminated. This coward ass nigga, man. You know, the prison industrial complex. You know, it says that even though we're, you know, they have our brothers and sisters, because we're past 2 million that are behind enemy lines in these fucking concentration camps that we call jails, detention centers, and prisons and penitentiaries all over the United States. You know, where these brothers, you know, do these menial jobs, you know, and then you have people like Michael Jordan, who is a major investor and he's the third person with the most shares of stock in the CCA, Corrections Corporations of America. That means Jordan counts on you to go to jail so he can get paid. You know, motherfuckers like that need to be eliminated. You know, so I don't have no understanding of that bullshit. You know, none. And you know, this motherfucker has stock in the Corrections Corporation of America, and like I said before, you know, he depends on the brothers and sisters going to jail and prison for him to get paid, for his stocks to go high, where he can cash in off the incarceration of his own fucking people, man. You know, and it's just a fucking shame, man, because you know, motherfuckers like that to me are sick. Steve Harvey, motherfuckers like that, you know, need to be dealt with and eliminated. You know, we don't have the time, and we don't have any more room for you motherfucking coons to keep on hindering black liberation and salvation. Because our people are becoming more desperate for change, more and more each day, you know, become in dire straits for change. Because a lot of them don't want to have to resort to, you know, man eat man, you know, because that's not in our nature. But we've acquired the demon, the murder demon, has entered a lot of our beings and energies, man, where we're just killing, you know, senseless killings, you know, basically over nothing, you know. Suppression, you know, repression, oppression, depression, you know, and that's where we're at, you know. and it's a damn shame, you know. And everybody can't, you know, everybody can't pad a rock like Biggie say. Either you sling and crack rock, or you have a wicked jump shot. Everybody don't have that, you know. And you know, I'll give you an example of how the NBA is. You have 1 million each year of our black young boys who want to become NBA players, who want to play on the pro level. Out of the 1 million, you'll have 400,000 that play high school ball. Out of the 400,000, you have 40,000 that play college ball. Out of the 40,000 that play college ball, only 35 go to the NBA. Out of the 35 that go to the NBA, 7 of them play on the court. They're not on the bench. Only 7 start. And the average playing time is anywhere from 4 to 6 years. So you have 1 million black boys applying for a job where it's only 7 positions and the job only lasts 4 years. And that's and you know, it's a damn shame, you know. And just like for doctors, lawyers, engineers, they had 40,000 jobs available. You know, only 1,000 brothers qualified, but only 40 was chosen. And I say this to let you know that even in the NBA, NFL, whatever, down to the corporate structure and even the private sector and subcontracting with the federal government, you know, those doors are closed to black males like you and I. You know, strong, heterosexual, you know, warriors that have a head on their shoulders. They can halfway think. You know, those doors are closed for you. Unless you are a homosexual, flaming homosexual, with a whole bunch of clerical skills, you know, and able to eat a mean dick, then you know, those are the ones that are chosen. Now, if you look downtown in D.C., you'll see, you know, all the brothers, damn near every other brother switching, you know. And they lay up and let these fucking crackers, these white men, these Romans, you know, because they all they do is gang sodomize them, you know, because they love that type of shit, you know. And that's how Carthage Rome was, with Caesar and the rest of them faggots, walking around naked, you know, poking little boys, you know, chewing on little young boys' nuts and all that bullshit, you know. And that's why they do it today, because they think, you know, that's part of biblical scripture. The book of Leviticus supposed to state that it's legal, you know, to rape a motherfucking boy. You know, that shit don't make no sense to me. You know, and that's a law. Even if it is a law, anyone caught doing that should be murdered. You know, because, you know, the corporate structure is set up by pedophiles and faggots, white pedophiles and faggots. You know, and that's why you have to fit a certain criteria. You have to be able to accept the nigger jokes at happy hour, you know, be able to get teabagged and all that shit at the bosses, or at one of the bosses' homes, beach homes, you know, when you fall asleep from being faded, from being drunk. You know, when you trust in this cracker, which I tell y'all not to do, you know, I tell you not to trust this motherfucker, because he's not to be trusted. He is a devil. D means devious. E means evil. V means vindictive. I mean insidious. L means a liar. You know, he's a motherfucker. And you take the D off devil, you have evil. You know, he's a just demonic, evil motherfucking walking germ. You know, an albinoid motherfucking devil, excuse me. You know, and that's the whole thing. You either, you know, for us, you know, no options are available for us. Two things. You either go to Penn State or the motherfucking state pen. One of the two. You know, and you know, before the conquest of Africa, you know, we ruled the world. We circumnavigated the globe. You know, we were kings and queens. We were gods and goddesses. You know, that ruled the earth. We ruled the earth. Now we're on our knees begging for some goddamn crumbs. Some of our crumbs that this motherfucking beast, this motherfucking wolf dog, this goddamn, you know, cave piece of shit, him in the cave bitch, you know, have tricked us and took our own motherfucking wealth. And they parlaying in the wealth. And that's what we need to do. We need to, you know, we need to usurp this wealth and go on an all-out motherfucking attack on this motherfucking cracker, man. And take the head off the devil, man. Yeah, take the head off this motherfucking devil. You know, plain and simple. You know, it's our time, brothers and sisters. Time to step to this motherfucking cracker and do what we need to do. And for real, eliminate these motherfucking house niggas first. They got to be the first to go. You know, and then after we get rid of them motherfuckers, then we can go ahead and move in and do what we need to do in terms of overthrowing the motherfucking government. You know, laying all the wealth down, lay it all down on the motherfucking table, and redistribute the wealth. You know, and that's why it has to be war. I don't give a damn what y'all say about this cracker is going to have a change of heart. You're thinking and praying that he is, but he's not. You know, so a lot of y'all would just say move on. Some of you that have become established. You got your own businesses. You have your own homes, and you know you're secured in these plantations. But what about the masses of the brothers and sisters who are out here starving, who living from pillar to post, who eating day by day? Come on, y'all. I'm tired of seeing our brothers and sisters having to endure all this bullshit and suffering, you know, and while we comfortably, you know, and don't have a problem watching our brothers and sisters walk into their own demise, their own mental, emotional, and spiritual demise. You know, and we refuse to help one another. You know, it hurts us to do something for one another. It hurts us to be humble. It hurts us to have to follow directions. You know, it hurts when somebody has to give you pointers on manhood that you are not aware of. That you will not allow your pride, that fake pride will not allow you to receive the help and get the understanding on whatever situation that you may be dealing with, where an individual, somebody wants to help you, you know, either, you know, complete the task properly or perfect it. You never know. When you're throwing your help away, when you're criticizing all your help. You know, it's time. It's you know, we got to make some changes. You know, otherwise it's not gonna work. We might as well just throw in the towel and put our motherfucking hands up and tell FEMA, man, you know, I surrender, man. I give up. You know, ain't nobody. I don't have no more fight in me, cause I've been trying to get my brothers and sisters to throw down with my motherfucking age, but they refuse to do it. because they are afraid of the motherfucking white man. It ain't a whole lot to that. I don't know why y'all struggle trying to figure that shit out when you plainly see the shit. You know, you know, I'm just hoping and praying very soon. I mean, very, very soon, that somebody comes up with some ideas. You know, stop letting your pride get in the way of you subscribing on the YouTube page. You know, asking, you know, or even thanking me or giving me credit for trying to liberate our brothers and sisters. Your brother, your sister, your mother or father, your niece and nephew, or your daughter, or your sons. You know, that you may not even know about this, working on being conscious. You know, I've learned to have a lot of patience by sitting in prison for more than a decade. Yeah, I have a lot of faith and patience and confidence in the people that I know love me. But it's hard for me to love people that don't have love for me. You know, motherfuck you. You know, it's just that simple. You're not gonna be one that's loved by every single individual on the planet. But then, you know, and I know people that do this. They go around talk about everybody else, but when they hear somebody say something about them, they fall apart like it's World War III. You know, how dare you talk about the walking Bible? You know, that's bullshit. You know, how many of you out there, you know, that are struggling? I mean, be honest. How many of you out there that are actually struggling? You know, and be honest about it. That don't mean you gotta walk with your head down. Come up with another plan. Always be solution oriented. Because when you probably look back and say, that was a bad investment that I made, or I thought such and such was gonna keep his job, and now you're living from paycheck to paycheck. One motherfucking paycheck, you know, from being on the motherfucking street. That's not the way to go, people.